Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to come prepared for rehearsal. Coming prepared for rehearsal can seem like a little bit of a daunting task, but it's kind of easy when you break down what needs to be done and how to do it. Most musicians might think that coming prepared is just playing your parts, showing up, and that's basically it. But if you dig in a little bit deeper to the worship culture as well as the church culture, it does call us to be a little bit more prepared than knowing our parts or knowing what to sing. I do think that coming prepared musically and technically is very important, but I also think that coming to rehearsal prepared spiritually, emotionally, and mentally is just as important, if not more so. The reason for this is because what we do as worship leaders is much more than playing our instrument or singing our part. What we are called to do is lead others into worship, and we can't do that if we haven't been to that place of worship ourselves. Being a musician almost my entire life, my thought process was pretty much that if I was a musician, all I would have to do is come prepared, knowing my parts, knowing when to play, knowing what my board could do, when to engage certain effects, and so on. But as time went on and I became a more involved worship leader, I very quickly realized that there was so much more to preparation than just knowing my parts. As worship leaders, we are called to lead others into worship, to lead the church into a place of worship and a place of surrender and peace and God's grace. But we cannot lead others there if we haven't been there ourselves. One thing I do on a regular basis is really encourage our worship team to listen to the songs before we start to rehearse them. The reason I do that is because when you listen to a song that you are playing on Sunday, listening to the track first really allows you to understand, okay, what is the song trying to say? What are we singing about? What is this song about? Is it about God's grace? Is it about His mercy? Is it about His unconditional love for us? What is it about? Once I have a good understanding of what the song is about, that will allow me to prepare musically and technically, because I'm going to be able to contribute to the song because I know exactly what it's trying to portray. If I just listen to the song, pick up my instrument and start playing along and learning the lead lines, I'm really just learning a cover. There's nothing wrong with learning a worship cover. I do them all the time. But when it comes to my Sunday rotation, I dive in a little bit deeper and give a little bit of extra effort and thought and preparation into what I'm doing. At my local church here in Toronto, Canada, I encourage my worship team on a regular basis to really spend a few days or a week to really understand what the songs are trying to tell us. With there being churches all around the world, it's safe to say that not every church operates the same way, practices the same way, and functions the exact same way. If your church is able to send you the set list a few weeks in advance, this is perfect. This will allow you to listen to all the songs, go through all the transitions, all the vocal roadmaps and the chord changes and things like that. But more importantly, it'll give you the opportunity to learn the songs for what they are. It'll give you the opportunity to listen to the songs, listen to what it's trying to tell you, listen to what it is meant to say, what it is meant to minister to yourself as well as others. Allow yourself to be fed by the worship songs that you are going to be leading that upcoming Sunday on your next rotation. When you dive into this side of coming prepared and you allow yourself to be fed by the worship songs that you are going to be leading your church in, it will do so many good things for you and your worship team because you're all on the same page. You understand exactly what you're trying to convey. You understand exactly the message and the energy. I have a couple ideas on what I think could really help you and your worship team excel and project into that next level of being amazing worship leaders and effective worship leaders. The first one is send your set list out a few weeks in advance. As I mentioned earlier, this is really helpful for musicians or volunteers that are not on a regular basis, and they might need a little bit of extra time to prepare musically and technically, as we talked about before, for the set. On top of that, it will also allow that individual to worship and be fed by the songs that you are going to lead on their next rotation. Number 2, when you get your set list a few weeks in advance, spend a full week every day as much as you can listening to the songs on repeat. Listen to that same song over and over and over again. Get familiar with the structure of the song. More importantly, get familiar with what the lyrics are saying. Allow it to feed you spiritually to prepare you for when you are on that next rotation. And finally, number 3, practice the song exactly as the recording. Not only does the previous steps allow you to understand the structure of the song, it will also subconsciously allow you to listen to your part specifically and allow you to hear the dynamics of your instrument, the dynamics and the power of the vocals when they come in, when they cut out, when they, step away from the mic and sing more of a background position. When you get to rehearsal on your next rotation, you will blow everybody away if you are the one that takes that step and follows these ideas and follows these structures, because everyone will notice the huge difference, not only in your energy level on stage, but the way that you play the songs, how well you know the songs, the dynamics that you play or the dynamics that you sing, and it'll just allow you to be that leader and step into that worship leader role within your team. I hope my ideas helped you. I hope my perspective helped you to think a little bit outside the box on how you can get better as a worship team and as an individual. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I want to invite you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you guys get notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.